Playhouse in the morning. Every once in a while, there's those situations where, like, man, was I the total jerk in this or no? Thank goodness, these people with no skin in the game just go ahead and throw you out and be like, yeah, you're a total jerk. It's us. Am I the jerk? Case 1 of 3. My husband and I have been cleaning up our garage before winter. He's not a handy guy and has an odd amount of tools, considering a lot of them are gifts that people just gave him because he's a man and they're lazy. It just makes sense to me that we would save money, make some money, and go ahead and get rid of these. So I sold a bunch on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, and now he's mad that I sold his stuff without asking him. Am I the jerk for selling tools he never touches? Some of them were still in the package, and I know he's had them for years.
Oh, if that's the case, if they're still in the packages, make a little bit of money. You're not going to get all the money back, and I think that's probably what he's going to be upset about.
Sure.
It's like, one day I'm going to need those, but you never opened it. Well, now we're going to lose money if I ever have to go buy it.
But you're a jerk because you didn't even ask. It's just the thought of asking, hey, since you haven't used these, do you mind if we sell them now and then in the future we can buy new ones when you need them?
Actually, I agree. I'm not going to hop on that train. I think you're a jerk for not talking to the guy. However, I agree that they sound like they're unnecessary. Like, everybody, regardless of how handy you are, you need like a hammer and you need some screwdrivers. And there's like little things that everybody needs regardless of how handy they are. But if he's got like a bunch of power tools, minus maybe the drill, if he's not that guy, why do you have those?
I mean, still, sometimes it's nice to have those drills, but I guess, I don't know. You're kind of a jerk. Yeah, I can see where you guys are coming from, but also they are both cleaning out this room, right? They're both cleaning up. So he knows going into it that that's probably sat there for years. So guess what? If you're actively together cleaning it up and trying to go through stuff, in my opinion, that's free game to start selling, make some money.
You got two jerks, one not a jerk on that one. Am I the jerk? Case 2 of 3. I have about $17,000 saved that I've never told my husband about. It was for my grandparents when they passed away some years ago, and they left 20 behind. I basically use it for fun money for myself that is completely undocumented and he, in my mind, never needs to know about. Am I the total jerk for just never telling him that this exists?
I think it's situational. Like, are you guys struggling to pay your bills?
Then maybe a jerk.
Yeah, I would say then you could be a jerk. If there's things where you need money and you have this hidden stash, yeah, you're a jerk. Otherwise, no, you're not. It's your money. It was left to you.
Yeah, I could get on the same page as that, too. It's like if there's a situation and, you know, if something comes up that you would need that money, obviously, I think she said she got $20,000.
Yeah.
And now she only has 17, so she's been either spending it on herself, or if you're just like, hey, let me help pay for this, or, let me see if I can, get something together and maybe pay for that. So if it's situational, not a jerk. I mean, you are a jerk if it's situational and you need that money, 100%.
I'm going to echo that. I think you're probably not a jerk. In a perfect world, we're all up front and whatever with our respective partners, and you could have told them about that. But I also know human nature, and I think it's probably hard for most of us if our romantic partner was like, wow, I have $20,000, $70,000. You're mentally spending it for them, but that's not yours.
Right.
That's her grandparents that left that, and in her mind said, do it. This is for you. Have fun, do whatever. If she wants to use that for purses or shoes or girls' trips or just her fun money, taking out $20 and getting snacks that nobody knows about but her, that's your business. That's your business.
Yeah, I could jump on that train.
And finally, am I the jerk? Case 3 of 3. My neighbors asked if we could let them connect their fence to our fence, but I didn't want to give them free yard since our fence is a few inches into our yard. So I told them no. So now there's this weird little gap of yard in between our two fences. They went about a foot into their yard, so there's this weird 1.5 feet of area, basically, where we have to shove the weed whacker over our fence to whack now. Are we jerks for just not letting them connect the fence?
Yes, and now you have to weed whack because you're a jerk. Like what?
Yeah, you do.
What's the difference? Like, what is that little bit of difference? What does it make? I get it, like it's your property, but
sure,
what are you using it for? You have a fence. Your kids, your dogs are not going to be able to use that tiny little bit. Just let them build a fence around the rest of it, their property.
Yeah, you weren't using that other foot before.
You'd already given them that yard when you'd put the fence in the first place, basically.
That's right. What I think. You messed up when you did your own fence.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you're supposed to. You have to, I think, go in a little bit into your yard if you're the first one to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Which makes sense, but at the same time, you're not really getting. I mean, if you ever do you plan on leaving? Is it going to be some sort of resale disvalue on your house because your square footage is off by 15 centimeters? Nah, that doesn't. No, you're a jerk.
Well, and now you've developed, like you said, this inconvenience forever. I think you're the one that's responsible now for figuring out how to, and that kind of sucks that they did it that way, where now you have to figure out how to, but you created that problem. You have to weed whack.
That's the best. I think that I bet I can just vision it. It's just small enough that an actual mower can't go in there either, like a push mower. So you have to weed whack it, and then depending if you got a chain link fence or one of those nice fences, you're just gonna eat your weed whacker up if it hits that chain link. Oh, that's awesome. I would have done. Now, if I was the neighbor, I would have done what they did, just that gap right there, and guess what? I'll let it grow because I don't care.